Hello to everybody out there. Tanner Brammer here, Kevin Selly in studio. Another first alert day here for the Texas Panhandle due to some already active storms in the area. So we're going, full coverage for this, us both in the studio. We got Sheldon out and Dave out as well. Do you want to maybe talk a little bit about exactly what we're expecting for today?
Sure. We've got a severe thunderstorm watch for the entire Panhandle. That will be in effect until 10 o'clock tonight for, again, the entire Panhandle. Primary threats are going to be strong straight line winds and some up to golf ball size hail. Tornado threat, as usual, is not zero, but it is fairly low. We've got a couple of areas of thunderstorms that we're going to be watching, and we'll check in on radar every now and then. But we've got two excellent chasers in the field, Tanner.
Yes.
They are?
We got Dave and Sheldon out. We got Dave kind of toward, I think he's near Memphis right now. That's correct?
Somewhere near, yes, Ashland, I think.
And then Sheldon is kind of staying along Interstate 27, kind of maybe toward Happy, Tulia, keeping track.
He's actually on 287 near Claude, maybe.
Oh, okay, so
we will find out from them.
Yes, so let's go ahead and send it out to, you want to do Sheldon or Dave?
Let's
Dave
do
first.
Doppler Dave. He's out there right now tracking the storms. Thinks he has a little microburst and some dust. Dave, can you hear us? You're on the stream.
Okay, thanks, Kevin. Well, it's a day that we have severe thunderstorms breaking out across the area. It's a first alert day. We've kind of been expecting this. It's a pretty good definition on that. Now that's our severe storm. We're in the southeast part of the area between Estillene and Turkey, and you'll see that on the screen and the radar. It's a severe thunderstorm just southwest of Turkey, lifting to the northeast. Another severe thunderstorm is coming into Clarendon and Headley especially. That's one that probably is a strong candidate for hail. Coolest lightning I've seen in a long time. It was kind of high stuff, kind of branched out right over our heads. It was really cool. And that's one of the main threats today is the lightning. Sheldon will be telling you about some fires that he's seen that have been started by lightning. So far we have seen some pretty good lightning flashes, some microbursts kicking up dirt, but we're just getting started. We're on our way to the severe thunderstorm warning down to the southwest of Turkey. We're just on the leading edge of it. Into a little bit of rain, some of that lightning. Also down by Plainview, if you're watching your radar down that way, there's a severe thunderstorm, a hail producer. We haven't had tornadoes so far today. It's a day that we don't really have all of the elements that are on a classic tornado day. But there, so an isolated spin up or land spout or something would not surprise us at all. So we're gonna watch for that. So far, it's just pockets of heavy rain, hail, and lightning. Of course, we're doing our continuous coverage here at News Channel 10. We'll do this until things die down. Probably going to be a few hours. Of course, we'll be working in our TV cut-ins with Tanner coming up on the 5 o'clock show. Kevin will follow up at 6 o'clock, and then, commercial breaks. But in between those, we'll be out here with our chase units. I'm out with Caleb, and Sheldon is out with Sergio. And that's what we're seeing so far. Let me see. There you go. Let's take a look. I'm trying to position our camera. Did we go? There we are.
There you are.
Okay, so here's the storm that we're kind of interested in. Starting to see somewhat of a base, kind of high up, kind of a high elevated base. Not really seeing wall clouds or anything low to the ground. But I bet we don't have to wait long until our next lightning strike comes up. Severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be down in Briscoe and Hall counties. Pretty dark core. Let's see, folks in Happy, looks like a pretty heavy core coming into your location. could have some small hail there. So right now in our area, the most significant storms are at Happy, they're at Headley, Plainview, and coming into Turkey. So we're getting looks on all of these. Nothing really rotating right now. Hail, high wind, and lightning are the main threats right now. Folks, in Turkey, the rain is coming on in. Might last for a while. This is pretty big storm as far as coverage. Not moving too rapidly, and quite a bit of lightning. So it might be stormy for a little while. Could have a little small hail there. Looks like Plainview getting hit pretty hard. Headley getting hit pretty hard. And Happy for Amarillo. Nothing really close yet. Out to the west, just south of Adrian, LaSalle, we'll keep an eye on. Up in the northwest, we've had a big old storm with hail and wind come across Clayton and Tex Line. Now it's barreling down to the southeast towards Dalhart. Yeah, that one's just cruising. Looks like it's moving about 40 miles per hour, maybe 50 miles per hour. And that'll be in Dalhart before you know it. So probably about half an hour. You need to be prepared for some strong straight wind. And maybe some hail if that continues. New storms developing up in the Oklahoma Panhandle too. So, as we expected, plenty going on. That's why we're in a first alert situation. We have severe thunderstorm warnings up there in Dallam County. Also coming into Hale and Swisher counties. That's the Plainview. Coming into Briscoe and Hall County, severe thunderstorm warning. Silverton and Turkey, that's where we are, coming up on Turkey. And then also around to Highway 287, Clarendon to Headley, so we can see some more hail, especially over towards Headley. That'll be moving pretty rapidly up to the north. We'll put folks on I-40 at Allen Reed and McLean, Shamrock on standby for some heavy weather within the next couple of hours. But once again, we're not seeing tornadoes so far anyway. Rained nicely here between Esteline and Turkey. Memphis getting in on a little bit of rain, just not the real core. Clarendon, you'll be in and out of some moderate rain, doesn't look too bad. Folks around Hart and Dimmitt, looks like we have activity south that'll be coming your way. The rain obviously picking up here for us. Yeah, so we're kind of plenty more ahead of us though. Some bugs off of our windshield here.
Yeah, it's called a free car wash.
Yeah.
A brushless car wash.
We just don't want it to turn solid, you know. Solid car wash. Nice lightning over there. Yeah, our storm pretty high based right there over the road. here in Sheldon there. Where are you guys? Bringing back memories. This is the exact route we took when we came down to see the Matador tornado last. All right, if you're looking for weather info, we're doing our continuous severe thunderstorm watch in effect. That does include Amarillo. We have severe thunderstorm warnings out in Donnelly County, especially around Headley. And from Plainview, up approaching Cress, southern part of Swisher County, have a severe thunderstorm warning. Not to mention up there around Dalhart, have a rapidly approaching storm. Amarillo, we're just kind of waiting for things to develop and get closer. Could happen within the next couple of hours. Oh yeah, turning right into it there. Shot there. Got the base of our storm and the precipitation core now. I did a real neat story a couple years ago in Turkey. Their tornado sirens had stopped working and they needed some new ones. They're very expensive, but the city of Canyon was getting a new set, so they took the old ones and gave them to Turkey.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Looks like Headley might get a little rotation now. Yeah, what you got? Sure.
All right, hello to everybody out there. You see Dave is on top of those developing storms as of right now. We've also got Sheldon out. Figured I'd take you guys through a quick tour of radar right now, see what we're seeing really across the entire viewing area. Still want to start with this first severe warned storm, kind of up toward text line. It was packing some pretty good sized hail earlier, maybe up to ping pong or golf ball sized hail. Luckily, it does look like it's weakening a little bit, but even then, Dalhart, you are next in line for that storm. So anybody in Dalhart, be prepared still for some heavy rain, some gusty winds, and maybe some moderate-sized hail. We're going to see what this is warned for, 1.25 inches, so about $half size. So like I said, the hail size has gone down a little bit, but still can cause a little bit of damage. So Dalhart, maybe Hartley, maybe Cactus. Hartley and Cactus, you guys are a little bit further out, but still want to keep a close eye on this thing as it gets closer to you guys. Amarillo, not really seeing anything as of right now, but I want to point something out really quick. I'm going to pause this. See this kind of boundary right here that radar is picking up. You see that's moving northward right into the city. So as that boundary continues to move northward and this entire cluster of storms, Amarillo will be in the line for some, not storms to scoff at. So I'm going to maybe eyeball it here within the next hour to hour and a half. A few severe warnings, more throughout the area. One toward Clarendon. Clarendon is technically in the severe warning, but you guys are only seeing some moderate showers right now, maybe some slightly gusty winds. It looks like Headley is picking up on the strongest of the winds and the largest of the hail, kind of moving toward Howard Wick, moving kind of closer to I-40 toward McLean and toward Allen Reed. Another severe warned storm, it looks like this one's weakening as well, kind of over Turkey and Keetoquay. This one's heading kind of toward Lakeview and Memphis, so that one is one to keep an eye on if you're in Lakeview, Memphis, or over toward Estillene as well. Plainview looks like you're on the downward trend of that heaviest of rain and largest of hail, but Cress, Tulia, you are next in line for that, kind of going right up Interstate 27. Again, some heavy rain, maybe some small to moderate sized hail, maybe up to quarter sized hail. As you can see, 1 inch observed. So up to quarter sized hail, which can be a little bit damaging at times. So Cress, Tulia, anybody along Interstate 27 or Silverton as well. That will be something to prepare for here within the next 30 to 45 minutes. Some non-severe activity going down off toward the southwest part of the area. So a lot of storm development over the past hour or so. We're going to continue to watch. I'm going to send it back out to Dave, and then you'll see me pop up momentarily on the 5 o'clock news, and then later on Kevin will be on for 6 o'clock and eventually 10 o'clock. So I'll go ahead and toss it back out to Dave.
Okay. When I talk to you, I'll just go straight to Unity. Let's do this.
You want to head that way?
Okay, we're rerouting. We're gonna this Turkey guy. We're going up to Lakeview Headley way. That big cell looks like it has a little rotation in it. I guess so. There's going to be plenty coming your way. That Happy Storm looks pretty interesting. It's on a boundary. The one coming in from the west. I mean, yeah, let's do that. Okay, I like that idea. Tanner, are you copying me?
We lost him.
Text.
Oh, we're back. Yeah, Tanner, we're
we're headed north. We're going to try to get up to that Headley storm. Looks a little more interesting.
They're gonna restart OBS real quick.
Okay. A nice vantage point up here. Not too bad there. It's got a little bit of a
Just a little, yeah.
velocity. Yeah. Okay, we just updated. We got that little bit right there. See any kind of mileage to Lakeview?
Not recent.
Okay. Imagine if you're out here, you kind of know where you are.
Yeah. We're the strangers on this road.
Right. Wheat's looking pretty good out here. River's running.
Actually got some water.
Some pretty white little wildflowers out here.
Yeah, those are pretty. Yellow and white. All right, here's a marker.
Okay. Whoa, almost got a bird.
Prairie dog down.
It's the river. Okay.
It's a big riverbed.
Sure is.
Amazing how cell reception hates valleys. Kind of see back in there.
Alaska. It's not even on the map, but I think I know where we are.
North 657.
Up here a couple miles, that will be 256. Then we go to the right, to the east. Okay. That's the core right there. Got a couple of fingers, if nothing else.
I've been watching that. It keeps changing.
Yeah, that's the core.
Slow down right here because I don't know what all that mud slick is. Literally caliche. There we go.
It's like the good news story I did in the winter when I lost pavement up there in the Oklahoma Panhandle. Next thing you know, I was the good news story getting arrested.
Yeah. Stuff can get slick real quick.
Pavement is a good thing.
You know, this is where all the trucks
Yeah,
equipment come out.
yeah. What's this guy doing on here?
Hitching a ride.
I don't know if he's alive or dead. I'm gonna wash him off. Yeah, watch there at Headley.
Well, good evening. Thank you for joining us on Live at 5. I'm meteorologist Tanner Brammer. We are under a first alert day here for the Texas Panhandle due to multiple rounds of storms making their way through the area here over the next several hours, most of which do have the potential to become severe. Already a few severe warnings throughout the area. I want to start off with one kind of up toward Dalham County. Dalhart, this is right outside of your city, right on the doorstep. So anybody in Dalhart, this is the time to take cover. It has been some half-dollar sized hail within the storm and some very gusty winds as well. Cluster of some warnings down toward the southeast, kind of near Clarendon, really along the entire south part of the Texas Panhandle, and they are making their way northward. And I do want to point out something real quick. Notice this green little line right along here. That's a little bit of a surface boundary that is the main catalyst for the development of some storms. It is making its way into Amarillo. So Amarillo, we're not seeing anything right now, but as it moves closer and eventually into the city, we will likely pick up on some storms here within the next hour to hour and a half. So that will be something to plan for the rest of this evening. You see the northeastern and central part of the Texas Panhandle under an enhanced risk for severe weather today. We'll be talking about some gusty winds, some moderate to large size hail throughout the rest of this evening. We've got Dave and Sheldon out chasing these storms. We'll check in with them later in the show, but for now, I'll send things over to Greg Kerr at the news desk.
Get the bug off of our lens here.
I got a rag in the back too.
This will be good.
Oh, here you go. Use this. You got him, yeah.
Good deal. Pretty good shot right over there. Bases are coming down a little bit. So let's head to Memphis.
To Memphis. All right, so Lakeview's 2 miles, Memphis 12.
Okay, yeah, same road.
Hey, we got a cell tower.
Yay! Civilization. Metropolis of Lakeview, Texas. Just back to the west of Memphis on Highway 256. Let's see. About cotton here. And donkeys.
Population 60.
Okay. We're skewing those numbers up today. 62.
62.
Lakeview Grill. Didn't know that existed. don't.
Have you ever seen the massive amount of buzzards that like to fly over the old Wolfland area?
I have seen some over there, yeah.
Yeah. They have those big old trees.
Uh-huh.
Some more lightning.
Okay.
Nothing else. We're gonna get your lightning.
Yes. It's-
You know, there's a movie. There's a movie coming out that'll show you that, Sheldon. Couldn't help myself. He says that, but I watched a low cloud go over one of those things one time,
Uh-huh.
and we were sitting pretty close to it. And at first I went, "This is cool," and then my mind went to, "Where's that big old thing gonna go?"
Exactly. Really?
End up in my car windshield. Yeah, I came close to seeing it one time. Did you hear that?
No.
Hey Tanner, can you repeat that? I heard Dave, and that's all I heard.
I hear Sheldon, but I don't hear.
Yeah. Hey Tanner, can you repeat what you said, please? Do you hear Kevin?
Yeah, I got you, Kevin.
So Tanner threw
Very
it,
good.
Dave threw it.
Okay. Just help me if you hear a cue. I don't hear it.
Will do. 1 minute left in the
Okay,
break.
I got that. I forgot to hit my button there, Sheldon. decisions here.
Yeah. There's just too many options.
Well, good evening and happy Wednesday to everybody out there. Already seeing some storms pop up here in the Texas Panhandle, a couple of which are already severe. We are under a first alert day here in the region. We'll take a tour through radar here in a minute, but we have Doppler Dave and Sheldon Brashears out live, both keeping track of these storms. So we'll send things out to both of them. First, I'll send things out to Doppler Dave. Dave, can you show us what you're seeing and tell us where you are?
So just screed at Headley for just a little while. Okay, well, we are out southern part of the area. We've been down close to Turkey. Now we've coming into Memphis, and we have just, a lot of storms scattered around the area. The one you see ahead of us there has been up around Headley, dropping some rain and some hail. It's been severe warned. But they're kind of pulsing up and down, so they're not staying organized for very long. So as we come into Memphis, we're going to kind of assess the situation, see which core we can go after. But I will say this, I haven't seen any low-base storms. We've not seen any wall clouds or funnel clouds. It's all been pretty high blaze. Quite a bit of lightning. We've seen some microbursts and quite a bit of rain. That's about it so far, but we're going to continue to monitor things down here in the southeast. I know Sheldon is also out watching some storms, and he's on another cruise. Sheldon, what you got going on?
Well, Dave, right now we're currently on 1151. We are just west of Claude right now. Just kind of keep an eye on this little cell right here. It's currently not severe warned right now, but as you were saying, very high base with a lot of these storms. We've actually watched this kind of line of storms. We've been following it since down around Tulia, and we actually watched some of these storms actually start a couple of wildfires from lightning strikes. So that's going to be another threat that we have to face with some of these high base storms. There's going to be a lot of lightning in them. Sometimes some of that dry air can take over, and you can kind of see some of those wildfires get started. But right now, not seeing a severe warning on this storm, but it does have some lightning in it, maybe a little bit of a brief heavy downpour. It's just currently passing southeast of Amarillo. Right now, like I said, we're going to be focusing here close to the kind of Amarillo metro area. One thing Amarillo will see in terms of an impact from this is, as you can see on radar, we got a kind of an outflow boundary that's going to be passing north from this storm. It's going to be pushing some kind of cooler winds towards the city of Amarillo. That's going to be your probably most immediate impact. I know Tanner's going to be diving into radar, so I'll send it back to y'all in the studio.
All right, thank you very much to both Doppler Dave and Sheldon. And keep in mind, even when we're not on air on News Channel 10, we are streaming on News Channel 10's Facebook page, as well as their YouTube page, and on our website, newschannel10.com, in case you want to keep up with our continuous stream. As Sheldon was saying just a minute ago, you can see a little bit of an outflow boundary right along here. That's going to make its way into Amarillo here within the next 30 to 45 minutes. That's going to be the most immediate storm maker here over the near future. You see a little bit of a cell trying to make its way into Palo Duro Canyon, but as of right now, Amarillo not really seeing much of anything. Now, Dalhart, this is the time to get inside, okay? This severe warned storm has been warned for some 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and up to some half-dollar-sized hail, which can be damaging, okay? So anybody in Dalhart, this is the time to get inside. Same goes for Conlin, same goes for Stratford as well. This storm will be making its way into all three of those cities here within the next 5 to 10 minutes. So now is the time to get inside and to take cover. Now, a couple of clusters of warnings down toward the south. It does look like this specific cell is weakening a little bit, so I actually wouldn't be surprised if they expired these severe warnings. So Headley, Lelia Lake over toward Quail, you guys are going to see that rainfall rate kind of go down a little bit here over the next 5 to 10 minutes. But up toward McLean, Layla, up toward Shamrock, you guys are going to pick up on that heavy rain here within the next 30 to 45 minutes, especially at places kind of along and north of Interstate 40. Now, a little bit of a stronger storm kind of down toward Claytonville, down toward Silverton as well. Silverton and Claytonville currently under a severe warning. Lake McKenzie and Vigo Park, and as well as Tulia, that will be moving into your cities here within the next 20 to 30 minutes, warned for some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and some moderate-sized hail as well. Now, this warning has actually just come out here over the past couple of minutes. You can see kind of the darker purples within this cell right here. This is likely indicating maybe some quarter to half-dollar-sized hail. Also, with some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, this is moving a little bit slower, but anybody in Morton, you haven't picked up on the heaviest rain just yet, but you will pick up on it very soon. So as well as up in Dalhart and anybody else in a severe warning, get inside because that can be a little bit damaging. So So this is kind of what we're seeing around the region as a whole. As you can see, not too widespread of coverage. The main activity is kind of right along that boundary down the south, and then that one severe warning storm up in Dalhart. So we do expect the storm coverage to become more widespread over the course of the rest of this evening. That's why a severe thunderstorm watch has been issued for the entire Texas Panhandle as well as the Oklahoma Panhandle. That expires at 10 o'clock later tonight. Enhanced risk issued for everybody highlighted in orange here, but everybody in the Texas Panhandle at least has the opportunity to see a severe warning storm move through their region. So that will be something that we watch closely here through the rest of this evening. The main threats we're watching for today will be some strong winds, maybe up to 80 miles per hour in some of those stronger storms. And we've already seen some reports of some up to ping pong ball sized hail in some of these storms. Ping pong ball, golf ball sized hail is not out of the question in some of these storms. Luckily, the tornado threat for today is fairly low, but not zero. That is something that we continuously watch for, even when tornado threats are low for the area, and obviously some brief periods of heavy rain that may issue to some flash flooding and may lead to some ponding on the roadways. So we do expect these storms to continue to fire up here over the next couple of hours, and we do expect activity to last really all throughout the night tonight. But you remember that severe thunderstorm watch expiring at about 10 o'clock. As we see rain continue to fall late into tonight and early into tomorrow morning, the air should become a little bit more stable, and so the severe risk overnight shouldn't be nearly as high, mostly in the form of just some regular rain and some weak storms. And that will be the case for tomorrow as well. You notice temperatures for tomorrow much cooler than what we saw today. That will be due to some more stable air in the Texas Panhandle, so we're not worried about as high of a severe risk for tomorrow as what we're going to see today. Only a marginal risk for the south part of the area. That's a 1 out of 5 risk for any storm to become severe warned, and then just a general thunderstorm risk for everybody else. So 7-day supercast putting a 50% chance on that rain and weak storm setup for tomorrow. Then we do look to dry up for a good period of time. Maybe see some summertime temperatures return to the Texas Panhandle. We could be talking about multiple days in the 90s. Greg?
Thank you, Kevin. Are you on my stream or Sheldon's? Well, right now we are gassing up, kind of topping off the tank here in Memphis. All right, well, we are topping off our tank down in Memphis, just getting ready to continue to cover storms down in the southeastern part of the area. Right now, kind of got a big old broken line of storms that is developing, but there's some heavy cores in there. Not seeing a lot of rotation, that's good news. Not a whole lot of hail, but there is some right now just south of Silverton. Looks like there's pretty good hail. That will be lifting, looks like, to the east and northeast, so might be something that we track here pretty soon. Heavy rain around Hart and Cress. West of Amarillo, out around Adrian, there's a very heavy storm, might have some hail in that. And then coming into Dalhart is just a beast. This storm has a history of a lot of wind and some hail. 60 to 70 mile an hour winds are going to be possible through Dalhart, and then Hartley. Stratford will catch an edge of that. Cactus, Just very heavy rain and a lot of straight line winds. Yeah, definitely. So if you live in Dalhart, man, you need to just be away from windows. Hartley, it's going to be on your doorstep soon. And it does look like Cactus and Dumas also in line for a heavy part of that storm, should hold together. Good news so far is that the lack of tornadic activity. Quite a bit of lightning, just had a flash right over my head here in Memphis. And down at Turkey, another storm coming in, pretty heavy rain and some lightning. We did notice quite a bit of water on some roadways there, so be watching for that in rural areas. Don't want water crossing your roadway, don't drive through that stuff. Storms in the southwest appear to be weakening a little bit, so it really looks like probably a couple more hours here of really active weather. We're going to see what happens when that Dalhart storm gets down here, gets involved. Oklahoma Panhandle, Cimarron, Texas counties getting some pretty good rainfall without too much wind and hail.
Sprinkling.
Yeah, okay. We are just in kind of a holding pattern for a minute.
Okay.
See what happens with the Silverton stuff coming our way. And there's if you want a good look at that Dalhart, guys.
Man.
That's a beast there. So we might end up catching some of that in Amarillo. We'll have to wait and see how it fills into the northwest. A lot of energy in the atmosphere. We don't have as much moisture in the atmosphere as we've had. We also have a little frontal boundary that has shifted our winds around, so we don't really have the wind profile that has prompted some of our supercells recently. But on the other hand, hail is the most destructive thing, and right around Adrian, that's a hail producer there. A lot of lightning too. What's that? Boom.
Now they're definitely getting the hail in them, but
Yeah. So we'll position someplace when it gets closer to 6 o'clock just to get a good view
a
somewhere.
good shot. Okay.
And right now I have no idea where that's going to be in an hour or in 40 minutes. Anyway,
The Adrian one got a notification
there we go. Yeah.
or statement. Now, that's what's interesting. So those two are going to hit each other.
Yeah, that will be interesting to watch.
Alan Reed, special weather statement on that storm.
On Alan Reed?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one.
And then there's this one that
McLean,
just
probably, yeah.
popped up out of Canyon. I don't know if it's got a lot
Nice,
of energy, 'cause
if you're in Amarillo, nice outflow boundary is going to be ripping through town. That's going to kick up the wind, cool things up, and then we'll see what happens on that boundary as it meets the approaching stuff from the west and northwest.
Would you ever live in an RV park?
What's that?
Would you ever live in one?
I don't know. I mean, it'd be affordable,
Yeah.
but I don't.
I don't think I would want
Yeah,
to.
it'd be
I'd
so
like
cramped.
to have an RV though.
Yeah, no, like I'd love to have one to like go camping in, absolutely. With like me, Jolie, and or 2 dogs, just like everyday life in that thing.
Yeah, I get you. You
Yeah.
go camping a lot?
Every once in a while. I haven't been in a little while, but we're gonna go this summer. We're gonna go to Red River in June.
Nice.
Go do some camping up there. You know, me and us and some friends, we've rented a cabin.
Hey, that's dope.
Then
I still haven't been to Red River. I want to.
it's beautiful up there. Seeing where like up northern New Mexico like that is real pretty. But seeing that, and like also like my thing around here too is like, you think mobile homes are bad in a tornado? Like, how much worse is a camper?
Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
like that thing doesn't stand a chance.
Gotta just install those little
You don't think anything
storm
right now.
things.
Shoot, you do that in a camper, that'll just make sure you keep the frame that the camper's
Yeah.
attached to and nothing else. We'll come back and just see a frame bolted to the ground.
Our home. So it's like around 6 or whatever. It's like that one. It's gonna go through Amarillo, kind of,
Which one?
or any storm, I guess.
Nothing probably by 6.
Okay.
I think it's got our window because I mean, look at that little thing, how much it's fallen off. I know those winds are about to hit Amarillo.
Yeah.
I'd say really our next best shot is going to be anything firing up right here.
Coming down that way.
Yeah, definitely watching that outflow boundary for kicking up some wind, and maybe that might be the catalyst to fire up at least a few little weak storms that try to catch Amarillo. I'm thinking that maybe any some storms could kind of fire up along that line and just basically kind of ride along it there through Amarillo. So I think that's what we're going to post up and wait for.
Okay.
Yeah, you can kind of see it kicking up dust in some places. I think honestly we're in a mode now, close your eyes and throw a dart at a map and go with that.
Yep.
One more look at radar before we hop off here. Want to take you one more time through the storms in the Texas Panhandle. A big severe warning over toward kind of Dumas, up toward Dalhart. Dumas, Hartley, anybody in these 3 counties right here. You guys aren't seeing much of anything right now, but you will pick up on that severe activity here fairly soon in the next 45 minutes. This cluster of storms down toward the south, most of it is actually moving into some more stable air, so it should mostly weaken here over the next 30 to 45 minutes. As far as Amarillo goes, we're still watching that outflow boundary making its way into the city. That will be something to watch here for potential development here within the city. Severe thunderstorm watch issued until 10 o'clock tonight. We are live streaming on our Facebook, YouTube, and our website, and we will cut in here on TV if anything major does develop. But if not, we'll have more updates coming up on the news at 6.
is the perfect term for it. We call it a hodgepodge. Those of you riding along with us right now, basically my goal here, this is Sheldon by the way, basically my goal here is we're just going to kind of post up around Amarillo. We're not seeing any activity near Amarillo, but what we are seeing on radar right now is what's called an outflow boundary. So basically as these storms are dying off, they just make a big push of wind out of them, and that wind is now getting ready to make its way through Amarillo from the southeast right now. Now, not necessarily going to do much other than obviously kick up winds, but it certainly could be the catalyst that fires up maybe a shower, thunderstorm, or two. We're just going to have to keep a close eye on that. Like I said, right now, Dave, as you've been following along with him, he's following some thunderstorms off towards the southeast. We've, of course, got some activity up around Dalhart. We've got some thunderstorms there in Adrian as well right now. So keep an eye on all this, but like I said, right now, our main focus here, you got myself, we got Sergio driving as well. We're just going to basically kind of keep an eye on Amarillo, see how things are going here, and should anything pop up, we will get on it as soon as we can, kind of give you an eyes-on look. But other than that, just feel free to ride along. If anybody has any questions, we're having some issues with connectivity in here, but if we can pull up our stream and look at some questions, I'll certainly do my best to answer as many of those as we can, let you guys know what's going on. But like I said, right now for us, our focus is currently just kind of watching the Amarillo metro area, but not seeing any imminent threats to the city of Amarillo right now. Yeah, you can.
Straight?
Yeah, I say keep going straight. Yeah, because we're just kind of on the south end of town right now. Let's see if I can't pull up, see if there's any questions on the street. See if I can't refresh it. If there. Come on. Yeah, what you're seeing on our stream right now, that's basically that little cell you're seeing on your radar there, kind of just up into the, right there, just kind of, basically right center of your screen right there. You're going to see there on radar, that little cell is just kind of dying off. That's what the camera's pointed at right now. And yeah, essentially everything south of that outflow boundary, you're not really going to see much growth out of it right now. But what we'll do now is we'll spin the camera around, because we do have a pretty good view up towards the north currently of that storm system up near Dalhart right now. There's a good look at that, as you can see just kind of the size of that. I do know several of our contracted storm chasers are out on that one, so I know they're going to be trying to bring some live looks on that. I know Tanner and Kevin will be bringing those up should they get anything good there. But right now we're just kind of hung in the middle here in Amarillo. Not much going on. Like I said, that outflow boundary is making its way through Amarillo, and the thing about it is the air on the backside of that outflow boundary will probably be pretty stable, which does basically hinder development in that specific area. That's not to say that any storms that do develop to the southwest or to the northwest won't survive making it into that area, but it just, like I said, kind of hinders any significant growth. So should any thunderstorms do make it into Amarillo, we're not really expecting any just really extreme severe weather type events. I think right here, let's go ahead and go straight. Yeah, this will take us to I-27. Let's do that. Then we kind of just decide if we can
Go from there.
Yeah, because it's just, like I said, we're just kind of stuck in the middle right now. Let's see what questions, if we got any questions in the comments here. All right, go Linda reporting all clear on Rockwell Road. Thank you for the report on that. I said we love looking at radar, but nothing beats a report of what's actually happening on the ground, so we always appreciate that. Hearing some reports of hail out near Dalhart. Certainly would expect that for sure with the size of that storm here currently. Let's see, getting windy south of Amarillo. Yeah, that's right. That is the outflow boundary. They're pushing through Amarillo from the southeast to the northwest. You can certainly make it out on radar. If you're seeing that on your screen up on the top left corner of your screen on that radar image, you can kind of see that green line advancing to the north. That's the outflow boundary. That's basically all the air being pushed out of that storm as it dies off. So you can obviously make that out on radars. It's maybe kicking up a little bit of dust, maybe some cooler air as it's pushing through. However, turned off their mic, turn it back on. Tanner, just turn off his mic, you're blowing my ears out.
Ouch.
Yeah, straight static in my ear. All right, we got someone asking, is Amarillo only going to get rain and storms, any tornado stuff? No, the tornado risk today is very, very low. It's not necessarily zero, but it is extremely low because just the atmosphere is not very conducive right now for tornadoes, I would say. I mean, we just simply don't have the necessary ingredients. Like I said, with that outflow boundary, that just really makes an unfavorable situation for tornadoes even less favorable, because you already had pretty stable air as it is, and that outflow boundary is just going to make that air even more stable, which really just completely hinders any development of tornadoes. So I wouldn't really be too concerned about it. Of course, have that First Alert weather app, have your weather radio tuned, because of course you want to be aware of any severe thunderstorms, and should any rogue tornado warnings pop up, you definitely want to be aware of that. And one thing we could see with this kind of setup on a day like today is what we call boundary collisions. You've got a cold front in play, you've got outflow boundaries. When those boundaries of air collide with each other, basically they can cause little spin-ups, they can cause little gustnadoes, which we're no stranger to here in Amarillo. Now, if a gustnado does form, those are generally not very destructive. They look a lot like tornadoes, they look just like a tornado, but usually they're not associated with a massive rotating supercell. But they will look like a tornado. They could do minor damage, but they're obviously not going to be as destructive as, of course, as some tornadoes we've seen in this area in the past. But a gustnado certainly not out of the question, but the thing with that is they are certainly much, much weaker than your typical tornado, but not out of the question for today. But in terms of main severe threats, strong winds and maybe some large hail, and if we get several rounds of rain, some flash flooding will certainly be something we watch out for as well. Probably at the stop sign that took it.
Right.
Yeah, west, yeah. Go right.
They got you live on the stream?
Yeah, we're up right now. Go west, young man. Yeah, we're up waiting to see if anybody brings in any questions or anything. Seen somebody asking about Perryton seeing anything tonight. Perryton, I mean, this is really one of those type of setup kind of days where really the entire region is in play when it comes to these severe threats. As I mean, looking at radars, you can see the very scattered nature of it all. Got that big line of thunderstorms forming up to the southwest. Right now, I mean, we're literally getting storms coming in from both directions. We're getting a line of storms coming in from the southwest across our southern and southeastern counties, and then we're seeing this big cluster of thunderstorms coming in from the northwest. I'd say up in Perryton, that storm kind of around Stratford, Texoma, Dalhart, that'll probably be what gets to y'all first, if it gets to you. So, of course, with that one, we've already seen some reports of quarter-sized hail. We've seen some strong winds with that particular storm. No tornadic threat with that one either, at least for right now. We'll continue to monitor, but really looking at that rain, hail, possible flash flooding threat. But right now, it's kind of tracking off towards kind of the east-southeast right now. So that cluster of storms is going to be getting closer to you. I'd say that's going to be where your storms come from if you're going to be in Perryton. And we just caught ourselves a train. Lovely. Waiting out some traffic here.
I'll run it.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
on live TV. No, we're responsible drivers here at News Channel 10. We follow the laws of the road. But yeah, what you're seeing there on stream right now, that's looking off towards kind of the probably straight east. That's kind of that cluster, that line of storms that Dave is on right now. We'll turn things back up towards the north, get you a look at what's happening up near Dalhart. Like I said, we're on 1151. We're just, or don't believe we're on 1151 anymore. Let me double check. We got off 1151. Let me make sure I'm telling you all the truth. We're on McCormick Road right now, is where we're at. We're just to the east of I-27 right now. That's looking up towards Dalhart Storm, of course, with a cameo made by the train here. Looking off towards the west of Amarillo, just kind of got some scattered cumulus clouds right now. Nothing really too noteworthy right now. You'll also notice off towards the south, just kind of darker off that direction where that line of thunderstorms is. But really for us, I mean, things are pretty quiet here in Amarillo right now, but we're going to hang out here. Like I said, Dave's kind of following some stuff down off towards the southeast, so our primary goal, our jurisdiction, if you will, is going to be right here around the Amarillo region. Anything for Friona? Not out of the question. I'd say Friona, your better chances probably lie in wait for tomorrow. But tonight, I mean, we're seeing that line of thunderstorms. If it continues to push in from the south, you could catch some pieces of that. If it continues on that more easterly track, might miss out, but we are seeing maybe a little bit of activity kind of firing up there just to the west. But I'd say the further southwest you are today, you're really going to see better chances going into tomorrow. We're talking Roosevelt County, Curry County, down around Friona, Harford, the Bovina area. I'd say your better rain chances are probably going to be for Thursday, where Thursday, tomorrow, we could still see some severe weather, but it's going to be cooler because that cold front is working its way through the region, and that will basically just allow for still some severe weather, but this overall severe threat will be much lower than it might be otherwise. So as we're going to see that low pressure system kind of track across here, so hopefully just good beneficial soaking rains going into tomorrow. But really today is going to be our highest severe weather threat here as of right now. Still waiting on a train, but the end's coming. We'll paint around to that because we don't have much else to show you right now. Let's see what we got.
That's a good thing about the in-town trains. They don't take too long.
Yeah, they're usually shorter, yeah. You catch one of those trains out in the middle of nowhere and they're like 5 miles long. So there we go. There's the end of our train. Then we can continue our journey here down McCormick Road. We're probably just going to set up probably right around McCormick Road and I-27. I'm still hearing Tanner on Unity, but he's very, very quiet. Go. Oh. That's the best it sounded all day, yeah. Yeah, pretty good on my end. Very, very quiet. DPS got somebody up here.
I did that. Should I save him?
Perfect. Yes, Tanner, I got you loud and clear. I can hear you through Unity as well, and I'm not pressing any talk buttons, so if you can hear me, that's great. No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure y'all knew that's what happened. Right in front of you. Okay, those of you following along with us, that's now looking off straight to the east. Still got that line of thunderstorms there down off towards the south and southeast. Let's see, let's get our latest radar imagery, see exactly where everything is. We'll kind of take inventory here. And
So you want to stay on McCormick, like 27-ish?
yeah, let's just go to the other side a little bit, kind of get kind of some open country a little bit.
Okay.
Once it kind of, we're a little more open, we can probably just go ahead and stop there. This iPad really wants to connect to the KFDA news one, not the Verizon. Looks like that outflow boundary in terms of where it is in Amarillo is now on the northwest side of town. That's where you're going to be seeing those stronger winds as that advances through. Not seeing it actually fire up any showers or storms. We are now seeing that storm that was over Adrian is now kind of just to the northwest of Vega right now. Got a little bit of lightning, not severe warned. Only severe thunderstorm warnings right now is that storm just to the southeast of Dalhart, now near Cactus, tracking towards Dumas right now, so taking more of a southeasterly turn. Right now, lots of lightning in that one, and then down around Silverton is our other severe thunderstorm warning right now. What's up, Dave? Copy that. Yeah, so right there, so down around Cactus right now, so that storm is currently warned for winds that could be as high as 80 miles an hour coming out of that storm, and 1.25 inch size hail, so very large hail right now. So if you are in the Cactus area, definitely want to be aware of that, as we were seeing some possibly very strong straight line winds. It can be straight line winds coming out of this, possibly upwards of 80 miles an hour. So if you're in the Cactus area, could be seeing that and some large hail headed your way, probably imminent here in the next few minutes. So definitely be preparing for that. Cactus getting ready to get slammed right now. For those of you who were asking about Perryton earlier, so the latest track,
Right.
Let's go north. Let's go. Yeah, right. If I can tell my direction straight. It now kind of has a more of a southeasterly track, which would take it further away from Perryton right now, but it's kind of becoming a little bit of a cluster on the backside of it as well.
Shout out Perryton.
What's that?
I said shout out Perryton.
That's right. Sergio's stomping grounds. All right, so you can actually see something that's interesting. So I'll actually point this out. So if you're still on us with our stream right here, you kind of see this line of clouds right here, currently on the VFW road, just kind of south of Amarillo. Kind of see that line of clouds right there. That is more than likely kind of some clouds kind of forming up with that outflow boundary, because you can actually kind of see that linear, that line that they're in right there. So that's actually probably that outflow boundary as it's advancing up and towards the northwest here, right over the top of Amarillo. So could be seeing some strong winds behind it, but right now, yeah, if you're in Cactus, that's going to be kind of your next spot where you're seeing that next really imminent threat for some strong straight line winds, possibly upwards of 80 miles an hour, and possibly 1.25 inch size hail, if not larger, in some places. So definitely, if you're in that area, that's one to really keep a close eye on, and you be taking any necessary precautions to keep yourself and your of course, animals, vehicles, everything like that. You want to stay out of that for sure. Let's see. Yeah, so this is currently based on storm tracks. Does have it passing over the top of Cactus probably here in the next 5 minutes or so. So if you're in the Cactus area, right now looking at about 5 minutes or so before this storm really starts to pass over and you start to see the strongest parts of it. As it's tracking southeast right now, probably about 5 minute lead time that we can give you there on that storm now tracking towards Cactus currently. Don't have a great look at it from where we're at least of right now, as we're kind of getting blocked a little bit by some darker clouds. But we're getting ready. We're kind of on the southwest side of Amarillo right now. Yes, sir, I do. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Like, I mean, it's just been kind of weird today because, like I said earlier, like Tanner, I would hear him, and then he'd cut out, and I'd hear Dave, then he'd cut out, and it wasn't because I'd be losing connection. My connection would be steady. It just, like, their audio would just disappear on me randomly. Yes, yeah, my only listen channel is on Chaser IFB right now. Let's go. Let's hit the loop. Let's go. Yeah, let's go around the new loop there. Go kind of west. Let's go. Go through it.
Oh, good again.
Yeah. All right, sounds good.
Good eye.
I haven't actually come up from this direction before. Make it up as I go. All right, so getting ready to go west on the new loop here on the southwest side of Amarillo. Looks like we're now really starting to see that storm bear down on Cactus right now on radar. Okay, we got Whitney here reporting that I guess her dad had 80-mile-an-hour winds in Dalhart. So yeah, so I mean, that's things. If you're seeing people in the comments reporting what they saw in Dalhart, you can just expect more of the same in Cactus right now, probably here in the next couple of minutes, if it's not already bearing down right now. Here and ready to give feedback. Sounds good to me. And there we can kind of see a little bit. Let's see. Very good. All right, let's see if I can pin this down. There it is. All right, so there is probably about our best close-up. We're gonna zoom in a little bit here. That should be the top of the storm that's bearing down over Cactus right now. I'll try to keep up with it.
These clouds are crazy.
Oh yeah, I got some good ones there off to the south. Yeah, so that's the top of that storm that's passing over Cactus right now. You can kind of make it out in the distance. Let me see if I can keep up with it. There we go. Copy that, thank you. All right, so yeah, so there's the top of the storm that's going over Cactus right now. That's probably about our best look at it we've had so far, at least from Amarillo. Currently going north on the new loop here on the far west side of town. We're actually seeing those clouds kind of bubble up a little more here along that outflow boundary. Not necessarily seeing them pop up enough to see them maybe start to bring in some showers or thunder showers or anything like that, but as you can see, they are certainly growing as they pass into maybe a slightly more moisture-rich atmosphere. But overall, maybe just they look pretty right now, that's for sure. And then off towards the south, let's look at some of the clouds off in this direction. This is the scenic stream. Here as of right now, we'll give you pretty pictures of clouds. Let's turn back around this way. I don't know how things work over here. I don't know where the stop signs, who has right of way. Slightly confusing. Yeah, so this line of clouds right here, that's actually the outflow boundary right now that you can actually physically make out where it is. So basically as it's going, it's rolling that air up and over it, basically creates those clouds. You got a werewolf peeking over the fence there.
No doubt. Cactus and sunray now. Kevin, I can hear you.
He may text you here in a minute.
Okay.
Stratford's on the leading edge of that. I wonder if Craig's out.
He said he's going to be out. Shelby knew about that.
Cool.
I'll text him. What's going on there, Sheldon?
They may be on us.
Okay, stream on us now. Yeah. Okay, well, that's really cool. Okay, well, we are tracking storms down to our south or north. Most importantly, around Cactus and Sunrays, man, a storm that looks like it's capable of really generating some damaging, devastating straight winds. We've had history of 70, even 80 mile-an-hour winds, and that could be occurring around Cactus and Sunray. It's time to get out of mobile homes and better structure. It doesn't have to be a tornado. 80 mile-an-hour winds can do a lot of damage. And Dumas also, looks like you're in line to catch some pretty heavy wind here during the next 30 minutes or so. We are down on the southern part. We've had been in and out of storms. Right now we're in Memphis, where it's just kind of raining. Storms down to the south have kind of formed a line. The intensity is going down a little bit, so there's not a lot of severe weather down here. There's been a little hail south of Silverton, looks like, and that's moving off to the east and kind of weakening. So again, we haven't had tornadoes. We haven't had big rotating supercells so far. We're just kind of keeping tabs on everything just in case. Hello.
How y'all doing?
Doing good. We're just watching storms. Nothing bad.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing bad. So.
Oh. Ooh, I don't know how y'all do it over here. We get scared when the thunder hits too loud.
No, it's good to get out and see what's going on so people know.
Oh, yeah.
But fortunately today it's not too bad.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So.
How long did it just rain? That's it.
Okay,
I'll be in the middle handicap.
Okay. Well, you've got a good place here.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, enjoy the rain. Okay. Take care. Okay.
Well, good evening. Somewhat active day across the Panhandle, so we're under first alert for severe thunderstorms for portions of the region, mainly the northern and southern parts of the Panhandle. In fact, the entire Panhandle is under a severe thunderstorm watch, and that will go until 10 o'clock tonight. Each of the orange boxes is a current severe thunderstorm warning. Primary threat's going to be some strong, gusty straight-line winds and some hail, potentially up to golf ball size. Now, the central portion of the Panhandle largely quiet for the moment, but this thunderstorm cell, which is severe, which went near and just north of Dalhart, is now right over Cactus. If you've not got some 60 to 70 mile an hour winds, especially on the east side of Cactus, they are coming. This is moving in a southeasterly direction. So in and around Sunray, you've got a couple of moments to put the car in the garage. Just a couple of moments. We're going to have the potential again for some up to golf ball size hail. Some of the winds and some of the rain will extend probably in the next 15 to 20 minutes southward to Dumas. So once again, I don't think you're going to get the brunt of that storm, but you will get some strong gusty winds and again some potential for some maybe dime or nickel size hail. This little boundary right here is outflow slash stationary, or was earlier today a stationary boundary. It is moving northward, and the basic idea from this in Amarillo right now and areas southward, this gap right here, this is helping to stabilize the atmosphere a little bit. That said, from Tulia to Plainview, northeastward through Kittiquay, through Memphis, in and around Esteline rather, and then south of Shamrock, let's pay attention for the next couple of hours for the potential for some flooding rains. We're going to come back and give you a full update. Also a report from Doppler Dave Oliver and Sheldon Brashears out in the field. I apologize for my voice. We'll come back with a radar update in just a couple of minutes. Craig?
Kevin, thank you. All 5 suspects charged with the murders of Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly appeared in court. NewsChannel 10's Sidney Batzlaff.
Actually, here. There's the laminated.
You need your makeup?
Yes. The live shot. Check that door right there. It might be a laminated.
Nope. I know what you're looking for. Let's see here.
Turn on the windshield whopper. Oh, here it is. There we go. All right. Haha.
Yay! Beautiful.
Yeah, one of these days I'll have it memorized. Okay, sounds like they're on us.
Okay, on us. We are holed up in Memphis. We've had a lot of lightning, some rain, non-severe right now. The southern batch of storms is just kind of trending down. There's still some heavy rain east of Silverton. There's a severe thunderstorm warning there. But most of that heavy rain is east of Silverton and beginning to wind down. So what we plan on doing here is giving Kevin a nice little shot as he does the weather coming up in about 10 minutes. And then we're going to kind of head on up to the north and catch that stronger stuff coming in around Cactus right now. Man, that just looks like a whopper of a straight line wind producing storm. You know, maybe damaging winds around Cactus right now. That's the main reason we have a warning there. Some hail also, but looks like Cactus, Dumas, Sunray, and maybe over towards Morse and Stinnett here in time. We're keeping tabs on that. As far as Amarillo is concerned, well, we've been, it's storms south of us, west of us, north of us. Nothing really close to town, but we're watching this boundary to see what happens. You know, could we get more storms lighting up near it? I don't know. Storms are definitely going to merge up there south of Dumas in time. We'll just see if that pushes anything south or helps to dissipate things. Right now, it's just a little early to tell, but it can go either way because it's cooler air, it's more stable, but it also provides lift. So sometimes we get new development along that boundary. Sometimes it stabilizes things and helps to diminish the activity. Right now, it's too early to tell. I can tell you that imminently, nothing within the next half hour, I think, to give the city reason for concern. I am definitely more concerned about that storm that started west of Clayton, and it's just continuing to surge down to the southeast across the northern part of the area. It's gone through Dalhart. Hartley's caught some of that. Stratford had a pretty heavy storm there. Right now, Cactus is kind of ground zero, but it's rapidly moving to the east-southeast. So Dumas, Morse, Sunray, those areas, I think, are in line for heavy weather, the strongest activity we have. We haven't had rotating storms and tornadoes. We haven't really been tracking wall clouds or mesocyclones or anything like that. But, you know, severe weather is severe weather. An 80-mile-an-hour wind can do a lot of damage, kind of like a EF0 tornado, so even EF1. So we don't want to, you know, downplay a severe storm just because it doesn't have a tornado in it. It can still be pretty destructive. So that's what we're doing. Kevin will be on in, I think, about 5 minutes and give a real thorough radar tour from around the area. He'll have your 7-day supercast. We'll talk more about this first alert event. Rain tomorrow. We'll be behind a front, so it's going to be cooler. I think only getting into the upper 60s. Intensities will probably be down tomorrow, but rain chances will be with us. So be good, really. If you don't get rained on today, you don't have to put up with severe weather to get a more of a soaking type rain for tomorrow. So that's what we'll kind of hope for. In the meantime, once again, there is a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for most of our area. We've had storms fire up out to the west around Adrian. Those are breaking down a little bit. Down to the south, we've had quite a few storms. The intensity seems to be going down. That's why we're going to leave this area right after we do our shot for Kevin on the news coming up. And then we'll go catch some of that stuff coming in from the north. What you got there?
Just the two are about to...
Yeah, the two boundaries are going to merge within the next 45 minutes probably. And that will determine a lot for what happens to Amarillo. If it protects us from heavy weather, if it sets the stage for some less intense rain, that would be nice. We'll just kind of keep an eye on that. Right now, our main focus are the severe storms up in Sherman County and Moore County. Cactus to Dumas right now is really heavy. Heavy rain, heavy wind, probably some small hail, and a lot of lightning. I see a lot of lightning bolts on the radar here. So you folks are the ones that need to be in shelter. And I forgot, let's just include Sunray. Sunray's about to get hammered by the wind, if not already. Time to be out of mobile homes and better shelters, that's for sure. If you live in Morse and Groover, be on standby. Stinnett, even Sanford, Fritch, and Borger. It's rapidly moving down to the southeast. I mean, this thing is trucking probably 40 miles per hour, so it's going to sweep across Dumas just within the next few minutes, and then be pushing down towards Lake Meredith. So something we'll have to watch. In time, we'll see what this boundary does. This outflow boundary is so evident. You know, it kicked up the wind in Amarillo, cooled things down a little bit, and now it's going to go up and meet those storms coming in from the northwest. Out in New Mexico, looks like we got a little storm around Logan, around the lake there. It's intensifying, but not severe right now. If you're in Dalhart, things will be wrapping up pretty quickly as the storm moves down to the southeast. Stratford, gonna have some moderate rain for a while, but the intensity coming on down. We have a lot of eyes on the storms. Not only our intercept team, Sheldon, has been reporting a lot. I've been out with Kevin and Tanner in the studio. We also have kind of a group, a team of other chasers that get out and look at storms. And on a day like today with so many out there, it's good to have as many eyes and cameras out in the field as we can. Let's see, some pretty pictures coming in on Facebook there, Caleb. Any questions we can answer?
Let me check real quick.
Yeah, Sheldon, that's a good idea. We're on the stream here, and Sheldon's going to post up just I-40 on the west. Eventually, we'll be coming in from the east, so we'll be watching that as it approaches the metro area. Just kind of waiting to do this shot for Kevin in the news, and then we'll do that.
Anything for Borger? Okay,
yeah, Borger is really going to have to watch this severe storm coming in from the northwest. It's approaching rapidly. So we're just going to come down to what kind of intensity it holds. But it's only going to take it about 45 minutes, I think, to shoot over towards Lake Meredith, Fritch, Borger. So if you're in Fritch, Borger, Sanford, Stinnett, Bugby, those areas, we're just kind of watching. If nothing else, it looks like it's in a good trajectory to bring rain. We just don't know how strong it's going to be when it gets here. I promise you don't want the wind it's packing right now. So hopefully it's going to cycle down a little bit and not be quite as intense. Can't guarantee that. Dumas, you're going to be getting some heavy rain and wind. Cactus, Sunray, you're the ones kind of ground zero now for the next 30 minutes or so. Morse, Groover, Spearman, you're going to get some of it, but hopefully not the core, not the strongest part. So maybe some good old rain without the severe weather. That's what people are hoping for. But all we can do really is kind of watch that. We're also waiting to see what the boundary interactions do, say north of Vega and near the Canadian River, to see what happens there.
What about Stratford?
Okay.
Had someone asking, and I know that because Stratford was affected a little earlier.
Yeah.
So
Things are getting better at Stratford. The good news is you do have a little more of that non-severe rain coming your way, but the leading edge that was so active there for activity we have on in our area right now is Cactus to Dumas to Sunray, and all we can do really now is monitor that. I can tell you that it's moving southeast rapidly, and
looks like they extended the
yeah, their severe
warning.
thunderstorm warning on that has been extended there. Let's see. Okay, I had it up. Severe thunderstorm warning goes, let's see. Well, it expires in an hour, so I'm going to keep that going until 7:15. Looks like $half size hail and 70-mile-an-hour winds indicated on the radar. That's what we've been talking about.
And now, NewsChannel 10's first alert forecast with meteorologist Kevin Selly.
Well, good evening once again. We've got some strong and severe thunderstorm threats for a good portion of the Panhandle. The primary threats with this setup is going to be, number one, some straight line wind gusts to 70 miles per hour and higher. And I'm going to show you the radar near Cactus again in just a couple of minutes. I think we've seen some of that activity there. Then the potential for up to golf ball size hail with some of these storms. The tornado threat is fairly low. It's not zero, but do know that we even could see some land spouts with some of these outflow boundaries that are across the region. I apologize again for my voice. I've been away and a little on the sick side, but I'm okay, and we've got a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for the entire Oklahoma and Texas panhandles, and that will go into effect until 10 o'clock. Each of the orange boxes is a severe thunderstorm warning. Our primary storm that we're watching right now across the northern portion of the region, that did roll just north of Dalhart. It is now rolling through Cactus, and there's obviously a severe thunderstorm warning there. It's now reaching down toward Dumas as well. So in Dumas, if you've not gotten a blast of wind that could go to 40, 50 miles per hour or even a little bit higher, it will come here in the next minute or two. So please go ahead and stay inside, and some dimes and nickel size hail is possible as well. Same story in Sunray, and this thunderstorm cell is going to keep moving eastward. So eventually, and now we're talking maybe a half hour to 40 minutes, it would approach Pringle and possibly Stinnett if it holds together as well. So do be prepared in those regions. Look off to the northwest. That thunderstorm is approaching. We talked about this boundary here, this outflow boundary that came off of earlier storms that has come through Amarillo and Canyon. It has stabilized the atmosphere a little bit. So Hereford to Dimmitt, Canyon, southward to just north of Tulia, and then Claude, Clarendon, south of Pampa. For the time being, the next couple of hours, I think you're pretty stable. I don't expect severe weather. A little shower or thunder shower could pop up in a couple of spots. This band here from Plainview and Tulia eastward through Turkey and Kittiquay, Esteline and Memphis to north of Childress, those storms are weakening as well. So the strong wind and the hail threat has diminished a little bit, but we expect these rain showers and some heavier downpours to continue for a couple of more hours tonight. So even after sunset tonight, some runoff could be a problem. So do be prepared and look out for some flash flooding possible in those areas. Heaviest cell right now just going north of Kittiquay. That will move toward the 287 corridor. It's still probably an hour away from Memphis. But again, the general trend on those has been weakening a little bit. So for tonight, it's scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of them will be strong, brief with some gusty winds and some small to medium-sized hail, but they're going to be hit and miss. Just know that any of these could be briefly severe. 54 degrees for the overnight low. Tomorrow, scattered showers and some thunderstorms, but the atmosphere overall will be a bit more stable. So the severe weather threat is down a little bit, and we've actually got a cold front coming through. Some rain, cool air as well, so it will feel cooler tomorrow. Apologize for my voice again. High temperatures in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Let's walk it through time as we go on through the evening hours tonight. Hit and miss showers, thunder showers, again weakening in intensity. By 10 o'clock, there'll be a few here and there, some brief heavy downpours, some brief gusty winds, but the severe threat, I think by 10 o'clock, will have subsided. Overnight, we may get some enhancement of some of this rain across the southern portions of the region. So from Clovis, Portales, eastward, Tulia, Plainview, eastward again on toward Childress, that's where we're going to look for the flooding threat. These heavy downpours will create some runoff, and now the rain that we're getting now will create some saturated ground. So that potential will definitely be there, even on toward daybreak in the morning. In the morning, a handful of showers are possible in just a couple of spots, and then by afternoon, we'll look back to the southwest for scattered showers and thunderstorms to again increase in coverage. Here's 3 p.m. right here. The greatest threat for severe weather will be south of Interstate 40 as we go on through the afternoon hours tomorrow. Again, lower severe threat with some brief gusty winds, some small to medium-sized hail, and again, some heavy downpours in spots. So Thursday, let's put the rain chance at about 50%. That's from Amarillo southward, 69 degrees for the high. For Friday, 80 degrees for the high there. Then a big warm-up coming for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, high temperatures with plenty of sunshine near 90 degrees. There's another system approaching for the first part of next week. Let's just put a pin at about a 10% rain chance for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Maybe a rumble or two of thunder. We'll see how that evolves. I'll be back with another radar update, and it may just be Tanner if his voice is holding up. Coming up in just a few minutes. Craig?
All right, Kevin, thank you.
Yeah, so I guess right now we just make tracks for Clarendon, and we'll determine if we need to go north at that point or keep chugging in.
Okay, makes sense. Sounds like they're on this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hand it off to Tanner. Okay. Okay, let's see, hang on. Is the stream on us, guys? This is Dave. Okay, all right, good. All right, well, that was Kevin, bless his heart, having a little voice issue. But just know that he's on top of things there in the studio. Tanner's there to help out, and you might hear from him a little bit later on. Here's a little update. Now, we are leaving the Memphis area. Memphis, congratulations, you're getting some rain without severe weather. The entire southern quadrant of our area that's been so active is starting to decay as far as intensities, diminishing. That still plenty of good rain, but the threat of hail or any kind of tornadic activity really going down. So places like Crest, Tulia, Silverton, over to Turkey, Memphis, Wellington, even Shamrock and McLean, just good old rain. It's picked up a little bit there in Wheeler County. From Wheeler to Briscoe and Allison and Hemphill County, but that's non-severe. Really what we're seeing is kind of a shift to the strongest activity coming in from the northwest. And like Kevin said, if you're in Dumas, in Sunray, you've already had a big blast of wind on that leading edge. Now it's going to rapidly move east, head over towards Morse, Stinnett, Borger, Fritz, the Lake Meredith area. I imagine it wouldn't surprise me for Tanner or Kevin when they come back on in a few minutes that they'll probably take that Lake Meredith camera. I would. Just hint, Tanner, if you're listening. That Lake Meredith camera ought to look fantastic as that storm approaches. So, it's at Sanford. So just kind of planting the bug. If you live in mobile homes anywhere out around Lake Meredith, anywhere from Morse to Stinnett, Borger, Fritz, the lake, Sanford, Bugby, those areas, I'd go ahead and get out of mobile homes, because just keep in mind, you know, mobile home doesn't know if it's a tornado or straight wind, right? So if we get a 70, 80 mile an hour blast, it's like a EF 0 or 1 tornado. It doesn't matter what's causing it. It's just cranking up the wind. So that's something that we need to be aware of. What about Amarillo? Well, that's the big question. It looks like we've got storms filling in now, south of Hartley to Channing to Adrian. Usually when storms gather together in a cluster, they have the tendency to hold together very well. But what complicates it is we have an outflow boundary now northwest of Amarillo with cooler, more stable air, and it's going to be kind of interacting with that cluster of storms. So right now we still don't know if it's going to rain or storm in Amarillo. So our focus right now is 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, mainly coming out of Moore into Hutchinson and in the southern part of Hansford counties. Still calling out those same areas, Cactus, Sunray, Dumas, that'll be heading out towards Morris and Stinnett. We've seen some really cool pictures from our chasers of real scenic looking storm there. And just need to know that it's not tornadic. We have a severe thunderstorm watch, in fact, and a severe thunderstorm warning. But that's all we're seeing for now. So what's going to happen? Well, we got Sheldon and the 1 intercept crew. They're going to take kind of the west side of Amarillo. We're going to kind of take the east, but it's going to take us a little while to get there. We may end up actually, you know, heading up towards Borger and Fritz, Panhandle, those areas that will be in line for the storms. But it looks like it wants to hang in there for a while across the anywhere from the Canadian northward. So we'll be tracking those storms. Right now we're in Headley. Hey, we got the Monroe's fruit stand, right? Looking good. They are open, all lit up. That's a place that will, I'm sure, within a month or two, really get busy with all the fruit. You gotta love Headley peaches. It's almost time. Almost time. I'm doing what you call chasing a rabbit. Kind of getting away from storm information. Talking about fruit stands and stuff.
Peach ice cream.
Peach ice cream. Oh
Just
man.
in time for summer.
Yeah. Talking my language there. Gotta love the Monroe Peach Farm. Just want a quick shout out as we went by. Hope you guys are watching. Let's see. I'm gonna try to see if we got any questions coming in there. We had a lot of people pulling for Kevin. They heard his voice going out. Bless his heart. Yeah, he's okay. Just that voice is having trouble picking thing up. Questions now about what goes on at Amarillo. Hopefully I shed a little light on that. And that is, we're just watching and waiting. I think over the next 24 hours, chances of storms are good, but what happens over the next couple of hours really contingent on what's happening with the storms there around Dumas and filling in a little bit around Channing. I don't know. You know, we got the rain gauge showdown going, and I got to be honest, I want some, and I want more than Sheldon too. I mean, let's just lay it out there. It's just how we roll. It's competitive. It's a competition, and we're all in. We're all in, and due to our recent rain, Sheldon has taken the lead. But he'll be the first to admit that it's a very slim. I'm talking about a hair on the chinny chin kind of slim lead, 0.01. I mean, it's enough to be in the lead, but it's not a strong lead. But we're all right up there. I mean, we're all within a half an inch, and we're all pulling for this. So, you know, just know that we want rain to come to Amarillo. I don't personally want hail. Even that storm on Sunday, even though it was pea-sized hail, it was 30 minutes of hail, and it kind of got hold of some of my wife's hostas that she just planted and did some damage there. We lost some tree leaves. I'm just glad it wasn't 30 minutes of golf ball hail. That would have been pretty ugly. So just know that if you're hoping for rain today, you might have to put up with some other stuff, some other shenanigans. Hail and high winds. We don't want that. Lightning also. I'm working on a story about lightning and a way to know exactly where lightning is make sure you tune in. My good news story tomorrow night at 10 is going to be about a new lightning network that you have access to. We're going to have access to it here at News Channel 10. It's going to be our website, our weather page, where you're going to be able to go on and click on a site and see lightning sensors, and they're going to tell you how far away lightning strikes. It's going to be very important for your safety. You know, like if you go into a Little League game, you can watch that lightning, and you know that, hey, when that's within 10 miles, you need to be getting folks inside, or at least inside your car. And, you know, lightning is still one of our major causes of death in weather. A lot of people don't realize lightning kills more people every year than tornadoes. It's just that it gets taken for granted, because how often do you see it lightning? You know, hundreds of times, hundreds of lightning flashes a year. You might not even be close to a tornado, but every thunderstorm that contains lightning is a potential killer. So that's how we have to treat it. And anyway, this lightning network and your access to it is going to be a great tool to help to keep everybody safe. That's going to be the gist of my story that I'll be working on. Okay, we're watching boundaries. If you're watching radar, it's pretty fascinating today. I've got actually three outflow boundaries that are going to come together in the Amarillo area. One has already gone by. There's another one coming in behind it. And then we have one coming off the main storms up to our north. It appears to be generating more storms out in Oldham County, up around Channing, and around the Dumas area. We have a little bit of a blip going up in Smith County on one of the boundaries there around Hereford. So it's still the million-dollar question is what happens when all these boundaries come together. Channing and around the Dumas area. And we have a little bit of a blip going up in Smith County on one of the boundaries there around Hereford. So it's still the million-dollar question is what happens when all these boundaries come together. Channing and around the Dumas area. And we have a little bit of a blip going up in Smith County on one of the boundaries there around Hereford. So it's still the million-dollar question is what happens when all these boundaries come together. Channing and around the Dumas area. And we have a little bit of a blip going up in Smith County on one of the boundaries there around Hereford.
All right, checking microphone. I can see myself up on the stream, hearing Dave as well right now.
Between Dumas and Stinnett is going to be a very active area. I'd like to transfer this over to Sheldon. Yeah, so Sheldon, let's send it to you. Why don't you give us an update on what's going on around Amarillo? Let's take a look at that. Yep. The storm's developing over Amarillo.
Right above your house.
Yeah, quickly. I don't think. But there's more out here. Just starting to move up.
Dead spot right now.
Yeah, weird.
It's all right. Yeah, my grandmother used to make the best homemade peach ice cream.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's some of my
I
favorite.
miss that. Oh, it was so good.
I think we'll chug on into Claude and see if we need to go north of 207.
Okay.
I said we might do a little loop down here today. We did it.
That's what we do. Well, it's funny because these storms, you know, they tease you sometimes.
Yeah.
And I saw a couple of potentials, you know. They just didn't want to cooperate.
Yeah, well, we're going to go get something. back into Clarendon, aren't we?
Not yet, almost.
Almost.
We should be pulling in right about now.
Oh man, it's okay. The boundaries are lighting up. Look, watch.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Very cool.
All right, well, Tampa get it now. Okay. Yeah, we could go north at this point.
So you want to go ahead and head north?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Sure.
Okay.
Yes, sir, I am. If you can hear me, I'm good. Dave will toss to me. I will toss back to Kevin. Did you?
Tanner, do you want me tossed into Sheldon? Okay, we've decided with things lighting up, we're going to go north on 70 from Clarendon, heading to I-40, and then towards Pampa maybe.
It's funny because I always hear it on a delay, so I hear it in real life and then a little
Yeah, I know, coming back at you. Okay, let's see.
By that point, it's a rerun.
Repeat.
Warning, left-hand side of your screen. Well, good evening once again. Keeping an eye on the radar and the potential for strong weather over the next couple of hours. All of the Texas Panhandle, all of the Oklahoma Panhandle under a severe thunderstorm watch, and that will go until 10 o'clock. We're going to check radar in just a second, but we've got two chasers out in the field. Doppler Dave Oliver is one of them. And Dave, where are you? What are you looking at? Where are you heading?
Because of the rotation.
Okay, well, we're in Clarendon. Repositioning is what we're doing right now. So right now we're not actually in heavy storms, but new storms are developing, and we're going to try to cover as many as we can. So right now from Clarendon, we are going to go north, head towards I-40, and then maybe up towards the Pampa area, cover all that. I know we have more spectacular activity taking place back to the northwest. Sheldon is kind of seeing some of that and some of our other chasers, so let's see what they have for us. Sheldon.
Yeah, Dave, so we're currently just a couple miles west of Amarillo right now. As you can see, just got some small little spotty showers that are kind of popping up here as of right now. I got a beautiful shot here looking off towards the west. Right now what we're doing is we're waiting out what's called kind of a boundary collision. We've got a couple of outflow boundaries in play right now here right over the top of Amarillo. So we're going to hang out here in the city and see if any of those showers and thunderstorms fire up as those boundaries collide. And then, of course, we'll be here to cover them here in the city of Amarillo, of course, as Dave is continuing to reposition. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Sheldon, thanks very much. Both chasers will be out for another couple hours, keeping an eye on the potential for storms. And again, the whole area is under that severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock tonight. The strongest thunderstorm right now has come through Dumas and continues to move in a southeasterly direction. We had some large hail reports up to or close to golf ball size hail in Cactus. That has now moved east of you. So in Cactus, you are in the clear, still some light rain. Sunray, you may still be getting some stronger thunderstorm activity and a little bit of small hail. Give it 5 to 10 minutes and that storm right there will move away from you. In Dumas, we had some heavy rain and some small hail come through as well. This cell just to the southeast of town is strengthening a little bit. So now along the highway in between Dumas and Stinnett and on toward Pringle, you see this is a new severe thunderstorm warning, the orange box. If you were covered by that, this thunderstorm cell for Pringle and Stinnett, southward to Sanford, to Borger, you are included in that severe thunderstorm warning with the potential for a wind gust that could go 60 to 70 miles an hour straight line, and then again some golf ball size hail. Fritz, you are not officially included, but you're pretty close, so you do want to be aware, and maybe you got just a couple of minutes to put the car in the garage. We're watching these two boundaries right here. In fact, I already see just on the west side of Amarillo. The atmosphere is stabilized around a little bit around the Interstate 40 corridor and just south, but these converging boundaries will likely create new thunderstorms that could produce some brief gusty winds. I don't expect them to be monster thunderstorms, but we'll keep an eye on those and of course keep you posted into the evening. Now across the southern portion of the region, southwest of Plainview, all the way through Kittiquay and Turkey, and then Estleen and Memphis and Childress, the flooding potential is going to increase. I think we're going to get another round of heavy rain during the late night and overnight. So while the severe potential has dropped, do keep in mind that some runoff may continue and potentially cause some flooding as we go on through the next couple of hours. So once again, isolated showers now starting to develop near these boundaries. The atmosphere is stabilized a little bit. The watch is still in place, so do know that any of these could create a little bit of small to medium-sized hail and some strong gusty winds. We're going to keep you posted. We'll come back in just a little bit with another radar update here at News Channel 10.
The lake could sure use some rain, so.
Yeah.
I've caught a lot of fish out of that lake.
Yeah, I like Greenville. There's something about those fish swings.
Yeah. Definitely got a dead spot here.
Yeah.
Pop up close to I-40, we'll get a lot of
Wi-Fi.
Hey Sheldon, you got me? Hey Sheldon, you check the Amarillo radar? It's looking good for some rain gauges that I know about. Looks like the city gets some rain, but not the rough stuff. We are at Howardwick, headed north to I-40. Over here, we might take a look at it. Oops. There we go. storm there. That's actually around Panhandle. Yeah, this is a clinic on boundary interactions, man. Wiped out in 1970. Had 20 fatalities in it.
Really?
Yeah, 1970. Apparently it was an active day of storms and they died down, and even the news guys said, oh, it's all clear. And then another supercell developed. Came at about midnight. Mostly mobile homes. Bad night.
Those nighttime tornadoes are just so bad.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, you know, during the day it's still bad, but
Yeah.
at night you just can't tell.
You started it, man.
I did.
It's a Ascension Academy. It's like a little private school.
Huh.
Yeah.
Watch out for cows.
Actually, try to find a place for me to take a photo there, if you don't mind. Just get this. It's a great idea.
So this guy can pass us. Got to get a little bit of Atlas video.
Yeah.
Turn Unity back on. Alright.
I-40 ought to be coming up.
Yeah, I should be getting there. Let's see. They took our shot.
Hey, all right.
Okay.
Let's be honest. We should talk. All right, we are.
Lightning.
Where was that? Lightning dead ahead? Okay, well, repositioning. We're catching the storms that are lighting up now north of I-40. We see, yep. Coming up on I-40, we'll be on Highway 70 pretty soon, heading up towards the Pampa area. We're gonna get up there and see the storms. That's what you see on our feed right there. That storm is actually around White Deer. Let's see. Yeah, White Deer and Pampa. They've developed rapidly, so we're gonna get up there and see what we can get into. So we'll go to the left a little bit when you get on I-40.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of lightning producing storms here, some heavy rain. Still the potential of a little hail, probably up around Morse and Stinnett is where that's happening. It looks like that strong straight line wind may be coming down a little bit. It's coming into Fritch, Stinnett, Morse, Borger, those areas. Still going to be gusty for sure. And I think we're going to see that just really fill in with a lot of rain around Borger to Pampa. over the next hour or so. Amarillo, we got a little chump change. A couple little showers, storms. We don't expect severe weather. Hopefully we get a little rain out of it. So here's I-40. Getting back on there. Getting back into our next round of storms here. Yeah. Okay, the heaviest storms right now are up in, looks like Hutchinson County, from Morse down to Stinnett. Some quarter-size hail there, probably. Winds still gust around 50 or 60. If you're in Fritch and Borger, let's see, yep. Getting kind of windy there, but you'll follow that up with a little rain, thunder, lightning. Storms have popped up rapidly around White Deer and Pampa, lifting to the north. Trouble seeing. Yeah, still going to get a big old merger, it looks like, around Borger and Skellytown.
So you want to head towards Pampa?
You know, I'm not. Yeah, let's keep going to Groom.
Okay.
See how these come together.
I lost the tire.
Uh-oh. Did it just come off?
I think he's up here. It's a FedEx truck.
Can't remember the last time I've seen so many boundaries just coming together.
Converging.
Yeah, converging and just lighting up.
Almost hit a bird. Changed his mind. He went the other way.
Good move. If you're around Amarillo, looks like lightning may be picking up. A couple of cells approaching from the southwest there, generating some lightning. Not severe though. Yeah, Morse to Stinnett to Borger, right in there. That's where we have most intense storms right now. Either Kevin or Tanner will be coming on to kind of wrap up the news here. So he'll have a complete radar update. Let's take a look at that. You got, we're streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So right now we're just kind of getting back into the thick of things. Lots of storms around. Severe thunderstorm watch continues. Strongest one now, Hutchinson County, Borger northward, wind and hail. Pampa, we had some storms develop right over you. They've kind of lifted to the north of Pampa, north of White Deer, but when that next round comes in from the west, I think it's going to kind of spread out again. And we'll see if Amarillo gets any more of that too. So. I think probably so.
Alright, so we're coming up to Groom.
Yeah, let's just keep going. If let me look at this. Yeah, if we may go north from Conway, if at all. So hold what you got. Okay, so just know, folks, we don't have any tornadoes in the area. Plenty of rain, a little bit of hail, and a lot of wind is what we're seeing so far today. Yep, it's Boundary Fest. It's the Boundary Festival today in the area. But you know, with this much widespread activity, that's one of the reasons we're not seeing.
All right, let's talk heading into the evening. The entire Texas Panhandle, the entire Oklahoma Panhandle under a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock. Obviously, radar, you have a microphone problem? It's not needed. Okay, we have increasing coverage on our radars across the region. The most unstable areas across the northern half of the Panhandle. We've got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. This storm is now of increasing concern for a couple of reasons. See how we're getting more and more purple there? That's over Pringle and just north of Stinnett. So anything you're getting in those areas is going to end in the next 5 to 10 minutes, and then we get sort of out into open country. But there is large hail in that storm. It's going to be golf ball size or larger, and the National Weather Service is now reporting there's possibly some rotation developing in the thunderstorm. Overall, this is not a large tornado threat, but the tornado threat is not zero heading into the evening hours. So during the breaks, going into prime time, we'll come and get you an update on all of these storms. If we see any rotation, any tornadic activity, of course, we'll break in and let you know about that. Heading into the evening hours, know that any of these storms can fairly quickly produce a 60 to 70 mile an hour wind gust or golf ball size hail. That will continue for a couple of more hours. We'll see you through the breaks in prime time. Thanks for staying with us.
It'll flash before it actually strikes.
Dang.
It sees that, and then it'll actually trigger the shutter. Like you'll see it here. You can adjust the sensitivity.
That's sick.
And it's cool because you'll set it up, and then you'll just kind of see it start. You'll just hear it start clicking as it starts seeing things.
Dope, bro.
It's about one of the best ways to get pictures of lightning in the daytime. Yeah, in the nighttime it's pretty. Oh, yeah, the coming right there. It's easier. You just set up on a tripod. Like I said, you usually just open the shutter and wait till you see one, or sometimes you even catch a couple in one shot, and you just close it.
Where are you gonna put it?
Okay. All right, thanks, Tanner. What's up?
Where are you gonna put it?
I kind of set it up in my lap because with this, thankfully, it doesn't have to be too stable. If you're doing it at night, it has to be like perfectly, so like you can't touch it. For those of you joining us here on the stream, we're currently looking at this storm. Not severe warning right now, but it is just to the southwest of Amarillo. It's kind of forming along that boundary, those boundaries that are colliding. So we're going to watch it as it tracks towards Amarillo. Hopefully it brings us some good beneficial rains. Like I said, not severe warned for anything right now. Probably could expect some heavy rains. We're seeing a little bit of lightning out of it, maybe some brief strong winds. Not really seeing much of a hail core form up, but we'll continue to keep an eye on that as it gets closer to Amarillo. But right now, this is looking south. We're on the west side of Amarillo, and we are looking at southwest right now as this particular storm is tracking more towards Amarillo. Set up quickly for it. Yeah, this one, thankfully, it does the most of the heavy lifting for you. Make sure I didn't put it in my backpack. Actually got lightning happening now.
I got some RSD cards.
Oh, you do? Clutch. Yeah, I might take you up on that offer. Because forgotten mine. I had it in my backpack. North line. Did I? Yep, I may have left it. Oh,
Take a pic.
You are a lifesaver, my goodness. I owe you big time.
You can format it too.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you are a lifesaver. Because I have like 15 SD cards and somehow I have none of
It's just easy to lose.
Okay. So right now we're getting wind out of it. Not necessarily good sign, but the underside of it does look good.
It does look dope.
There are just storms everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, I think they're on us.
Okay, well, we are just came through Groom. You see the tops of thunderstorms that are developing just all around, really. But these are north of I-40. Boundaries are just setting off storms pretty much everywhere. This is kind of what we're driving into as we get back towards, say, Claude, or Conway, that is, excuse me. So we're just going to kind of, as we come back to Amarillo on I-40 from the east, just kind of see what's happening out there. Right now, it's pretty much out in front of us. If you're in Amarillo, storms are developing around. A little bit of rain on the west side of town, coming into downtown, actually. Just very minor rain. But there is more to the north and west, and that's what Sheldon's tracking to see if that holds together and gives us any problems. It doesn't look too bad right now. Heavy storms continue to be now. It's pretty much from Morse, Pringle area, off to the east. Kind of getting down to the rural parts of Hutchinson County. Some good news there. Up towards Canadian and Glacier, storms have picked up. Some pretty heavy rain there. A lot of lightning, looks like. Yeah, that's a lot of lightning from Canadian back to Borg, actually. One of the main threats we got out there tonight is the lightning. Starting to see kind of the base of our next storm there to the north. We're keeping an eye on. Wow, let's see. One of our chasers, John, out there. Let's see, where is he? I think he's on the Morse area. Very strong winds there. Very strong winds. So that's why we have the severe thunderstorm warning there. If you've been watching radar, it's just a very, very interesting day. Storms fired to the south, some to the north. They've created outflow boundaries that are setting off more storms. And it's just a swarm of mainly non-severe storms, except for that one up around Morse and Stinnett. Now getting in there, looks like Roberts County filling in, but doesn't look quite as intense. Storms are lighting up there north of Hereford, getting stronger. There might be some hail in there. That'd be Highway 385, about halfway between Hereford and Vega, which, it's interesting. We need to watch that, see if that's going to approach Amarillo. We have some less intense rain there. Looks like south of Wildorado. It does show motion slowly to the northeast, so we're watching that. These storms go all the way up into Colorado, you know. From Colorado and then all the way down to about Lubbock. And then east to about Elk City and Woodward. So it's just it's a busy day all over the region. Any questions we can answer there?
To see.
All right.
There at the bottom.
You know, a lot of folks really asking about the merger of the boundaries and stuff. We're seeing that it's producing more storms. There's questions about Amarillo. A little bit of rain right now. There's some stronger activity back to the northwest, say northwest of Bishop Hills. And then I mentioned that activity north of Hereford. Sheldon is watching all that. He's a little closer and can give us a little visuals. What we see is this is what it looks like from, you know, say close to Conway on I-40. We're not in the middle of storms. Looks like the rain getting on in there closer to Bishop Hills now. And let's see, north of Hereford and Umbarger. So there's plenty to watch. It's just the intensities aren't that bad. Some pretty scenery out here around Conway with the windmills and the cloud bases and the rain shafts. A little bit of scud out of this one here coming up. But what we're not seeing are wall clouds and mesocyclones and tornadoes. That's good news. Okay, looks like we just got a severe thunderstorm warning that's going to include the city of Amarillo. So we're covering that. Mainly going to be, let's just see what we got. Severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to go until 8 p.m. for perhaps quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Now, it's not just Amarillo. It's a huge warning area. One of the largest I've seen, actually. It goes all the way from the New Mexico border, west of Hereford, all the way north. It includes Vega. It includes Wildorado. It includes Bushland. It includes Amarillo. It goes all the way up to Fritch. For goodness sake, you're going to have to watch this. When Kevin or Tanner comes on, it's a huge severe thunderstorm warning. But it's for that whole boundary area. That boundary is just lit up with rain. The heaviest, again, I mentioned, is out there north of Hereford on 385, where that's probably where the quarter hail is going to be. But all of these cells, they could intensify. So we do expect more rain in Amarillo. We'll just have to see how strong it is when it comes in. This base is getting a little more defined, a little more active there. This is going to be from Amarillo northward is what we're looking at, to Panhandle and northward. So be standing by. Our TV update will be coming on pretty soon because we have this new warning that includes Amarillo. Your phone probably went off and told you had a severe thunderstorm warning. In fact, it's probably my voice that said a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for your area. Once again, that's for the possibility of quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. And even at the brunt is going to be down in Deaf Smith County, I think, north of Hereford. We do not expect a tornado out of that anywhere in that warning area. We haven't had any tornado warnings today. We got heavy weather now around Borger. Borger over to Skellytown. And Pampa is kind of moving off to the east, but will probably spread out into more storms. We're getting some real cool shots of rising scud. Those are the little ragged clouds that are detached from the storm, kind of rising up into the storm base there. It's always interesting to watch. That's going to be really east of Amarillo, around east of Highway 60, it looks like. Up closer to Panhandle. Yeah, we are on I-40 coming in from the east. We're westbound, coming up on Conway.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, good evening. Thanks for staying with us here at News Channel 10. We've got an unstable situation, as you know, if you've been following through the afternoon and evening. It's a first alert day, and we've got a severe thunderstorm watch for all of the Texas Panhandle, all of the Oklahoma Panhandle, and that will be in effect until 10 o'clock tonight. Primary threat, strong straight-line gusty winds and some small to medium-sized hail. This orange box here from Hereford through Amarillo to Borger to Pampa to Canadian, all of those areas are under current severe thunderstorm warnings. It's a pretty dynamic situation right now. We have a couple of things going on. Hit and miss showers and thunder showers are going to continue for a couple of more hours. The primary thing you should know is any one of these for that time period, at least until 10 o'clock, could strengthen rapidly, then could collapse rapidly, produce some strong straight line winds, possibly to 60, 70, even close to 80 miles per hour, and then some hail up to golf ball or potentially even ping pong ball sized hail. Let me point out a couple of the stronger ones, including a severe thunderstorm warning now. You've probably seen that on your screen for Amarillo. Again, if you get near one of these, the primary threat is going to be a strong straight line gusty wind and some small to medium sized hail. So if the car is not in the garage, you want to go ahead and do that, but do it safely, obviously. Don't go outside. Don't send us any pictures during hail, but afterwards, if you want to do that, we'd love to see those on the website. What's going on right now is you can kind of see these light green lines coming together. Those are boundaries or outflow boundaries that are converging. As air comes together, it has to go up, and that's what's creating these thunderstorms. So once again, for the next couple of hours, we are watching rather for tornadic activity. We're not seeing any at this point. If we do, we'll break in and let you know those specific locations. But the rest of the region, prepare for strong gusty winds, some small to medium-sized hail. We'll continue to give you radar updates through the evening. Thanks for staying with us here at News Channel 10.
Sounds good. Yeah, we just got front of the scene for this line, getting ready to move into Amarillo, so we're going to hunker down and watch this as it rolls in. For those of you joining us here on the stream, right now we're on the... Oh yeah, we're getting some clouds are moving around quite a bit where we're at right now. We just got a big old blast of some cold air right now. Big old blast of cold air. Alright, let's see.
Let me know if I need to move.
I think I just need to reposition, I think that's all. Got that big.
Further up there if we want to get it more.
Here. Angles are a little,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna
I can
point that. I think I'm just gonna point that way and call it good. Oh, there's some lightning in there.
I saw that.
Whew, cold air. Oh, right there, dang.
You got it?
No, I didn't get that one. But I know what to watch now. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. That would be a good one. Oh, got that one, I think.
Atta boy.
I think I got that one. I should have struck that tree. me something good. Got that one.
Hell yeah.
I hope my shutter speed's fast enough. I think my shutter speed's good. We're capturing these.
Are they on this?
I believe so. Is Facebook open on the iPad?
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
us?
That's us. Keep it PG.
Yeah. Yeah, those of you watching on the stream right now, we're on the far west side of Amarillo. We're tracking a pretty good line of thunderstorms building up on the leading edge. Oh, there goes their rain starting right now. West side of Amarillo, there we go. We got rain starting right now. This line of thunderstorms is working its way into the southwest side of the city. Pretty aggressive line of thunderstorms that are moving in. Nothing severe warned that I'm aware of as of right now. Let's pull it up. Oh, nope, they just gave it a big old severe thunderstorm warning. As you can see, it spans from southwest of Hereford all the way up through Panhandle. So this entire cluster of thunderstorms is currently severe warned for 1-inch hail. That's about the size of a quarter. And then a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. And rain did just start here on the west side of Amarillo right now. Ooh, shutter speed might have been a little bit fast. But you can see it. Ooh,
Remember there's more.
see, look at this.
Oh, look at that rain, that wind.
Ooh, yeah. See, look at this. You can kind of see.
Oh, yeah. Nothing, a little lighting, color
Yeah.
effect.
I might be able to get that in editing, but
That's it.
that would have been a really good one. My shutter speed was just a smidge fast. It wasn't open long enough to catch it correctly. That's pretty good though. But there you go. So that's it in action right there. That's it doing its thing. Okay, so yeah, seeing some driving rains here. I'll give you guys a look around with our camera. Give me just a moment. Oh no, you're good. Sergio will give us a pan around here. So like I said, we are just off 45th. We are on the far western side of town, just off of Soncy. This is looking off towards kind of the west, turning a little more northwesterly now. That cluster of thunderstorms that you are seeing on your screen with the radar, that's currently making its way into Amarillo right now, and that whole stretch from southwest of Hereford all the way up northeast of Panhandle is one continuous thunderstorm warning right now for quarter hail. That's 1-inch hail, not quarter-inch hail. That's 1-inch hail the size of a quarter. And then possible 60-mile-an-hour winds being packed inside of this storm. Look, we're good. Just put this away. We're oogling at the lightning there for a second, but now we're going into documenting this move. All right. Good luck, Expedition, but now I remember set my shutter speed just a smidge slower. But, ooh, look at, oh wow, did you see that one?
Yeah.
That one flickered a couple times.
Anywhere?
Yeah, let's go ahead and reposition just a little bit.
Where are you thinking? Where we were?
No, let's go back out, go back down Soncy, yeah.
Okay.
And or go up Soncy, possibly. Look at radar. What's the general trajectory? Okay, so it's about to expand over the top of us here right now.
Ooh, that would might be crazy right here.
Yeah, I had a good one right there. Yeah, let's go out to Soncy and go south a little bit. Yeah, so seeing this line of thunderstorms. So this is doing about what we thought it was going to do when those boundaries hit each other. We've just got this massive line of thunderstorms that have now popped up because of this. So seeing some good thunderstorms, but good news is right now for us here in Amarillo, it's not that severe. It's, like I said, maybe some hail, some strong winds, hopefully some just good, heavy, beneficial rain can be seen with it. But right now, really affecting kind of the west-northwestern side of the city as of right now. A lot of lightning in it. A lot of lightning. Yeah, let's go south, and then maybe if we can get a better view of it, we can kind of watch it as it rolls through. Oh, there. Dealership's pulling all the cars. And yeah, now the good lightning's getting going. Now it's raining on us. Alright, let's see. What's people saying on the stream? Okay, so if you're riding along with us right now, we are repositioning. We're moving south down Soncy.
We can go down hillside.
That'll take us out towards the loop. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So currently moving south down Sonsi, watching this line of thunderstorms working their way through Amarillo. Like I said, current severe thunderstorm warning is for quarter-sized hail that's 1 inch in diameter, and then going to be seeing possible 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with this. And then, as you're seeing right now, just good heavy rain. And to answer your question, Cassandra, we are not expecting any tornadoes with this. With a boundary collision, a gustnado is certainly going to be possible. We haven't seen any signals as to that happening right now, but a gustnado will look like a tornado, but certainly will not do near as much damage as a tornado. We haven't seen that happen just yet, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen. So we're going to continue to monitor for that possibility with this boundary collision that's bringing all this rain showers to Amarillo. I mean, really, Amarillo is in the perfect spot for this right now, where those boundaries hit each other, and that's really going to bring the best rain chances to Amarillo that we've seen all day today happening right now. Ooh, getting some good lightning now. Really good lightning. Okay, let's see right here. All right, y'all, so coming down from the National Weather Service right now. Not seeing it official just yet, but going to be coming here any moment. Let's make sure we have all our facts straight. Make sure we get everything right before we see it. Whew, a lot of lightning in this system, a lot of lightning in it.
What are you thinking? Lowest Plains? Right.
Honestly, that's kind of find a place to kind of set up right here right now. I think that's not get too far away from Amarillo. As much as I want to see the pretty side of it, we might be needing to move into place for the impacts on Amarillo. Wait for this to come down officially, but let you see this. No. What? All right, so right now, right just off the loop on the west side of Amarillo right now, we'll kind of take it to our top camera. Turn on our windshield wiper. So seeing some very heavy rains, seeing some very slow moving storms making their way into Amarillo as of right now. And the thing is, like I said, this line of storm stretches now from Friona, and it's now kind of merging with that cell that was moving over, of course, Cactus, Morse, that area. Basically, what's going to happen as this system merges is you're just going to see this big, massive, just kind of cluster start to form up. You're going to see heavy downpours. You're going to see strong winds. The hail risk certainly still going to be possible, but maybe a little bit less so here in Amarillo, but strong winds are going to certainly be a high risk. And then, of course, maybe some just good heavy downfalls that we're going to be seeing. But the heaviest bit of rain right now is still just kind of to the southwest, but now we're seeing kind of the central and northwestern parts of the city starting to see some pretty heavy rains as of right now, kind of the west northwest side of Amarillo right now. Make sure we get everything updated here. That is updated, that is current. So those of you riding along with us right now, we're on the far western side of Amarillo. This is looking at the new loop at Hillside right now, seeing some very heavy rains move their way into Amarillo. We're going to look up towards kind of the north. This is where
I apologize for the mic problem. We have scattered showers and thunderstorms across the region are continuing. Severe thunderstorm watch, all the counties in pink, all the Texas Panhandle, all the Oklahoma Panhandle until 10 o'clock. The counties in orange, the areas in orange, are currently experiencing severe thunderstorm warnings. We've got several different things going on. The basic message is, if you don't have to travel for the evening hours, don't bother. Hit and miss showers and thunderstorms will continue. The primary threat is going to be strong gusty winds. These are developing and then collapsing very, very quickly. As they collapse, they'll produce some 60 to possibly 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts that will go fairly quickly, come and go fairly quickly, and then the potential for some up to golf ball size hail. The strongest cells right now, this one coming eastward towards 70. So south of Perryton, north of Pampa, this thunderstorm cell that is producing golf ball or ping pong ball size hail is going to go right across the highway and then continue eastward, eventually, if it holds together, on toward Canadian. So do be aware of that one. In Amarillo right now, we've had a couple of boundaries come together, and these thunderstorms that have developed, they've peaked in intensity. They are severe with that potential wind and hail threat, but also in and around the city, we're going to have a potential for some flooding with these heavy, relatively stationary storms. So runoff will be a problem for at least an hour. Do keep that in mind as well. No tornadic activity. If that occurs, which is unlikely at this point, we're going to let you know about it, and we'll break right in. We'll come back in one of the future breaks and give you an update here at News Channel 10.
Got it.
Get back in the unit. Hey, Tanner or Kevin, you got our stream?
Yeah, we got it on camera.
Okay. Well, we got a what we call a little gustnado. That's a little wind shift right on the outflow of the storm. It's it's usually not a strong tornado or anything, but we did see a little spin there. And you see some microbursts out there. We're just east of Amarillo, so this is south of Pantex. Between Pantex and I-40. Here's a good one right there. So yeah, these are kicked up by the outflow of the storm. They're not mesocyclone tornadoes. Definitely get your attention if you if you're out watching the skies and looking for tornadoes and stuff. But anyway, Amarillo's not any threat of a tornado or anything. So. Main threat that I've seen here locally is just a lot of lightning. Yeah. Rain in Amarillo, but it's not going to be severe. We don't expect hail here. Excuse me. And really, as far as hail, about the only place I would expect that is out pretty much over rural terrain off to the east of Stinnett. Now, if that storm holds that intensity, which I doubt, Miami Canadian might have to watch out for that. So we're just looking at some outflow. There's some more kicking up. It's kind of fun to watch. Going that way. What we have is cool air from the storm falls and kind of spreads out like if you dropped a water balloon. And that kicks up dirt out on the leading edge. Sometimes you'll get a little just kind of a spin like a dust devil or something. We call that a gustnado. We saw one of those a minute ago. But as far as the tornadoes like we have tracked earlier this year, this is not really a candidate of a day for that. Okay. Oh, good.
That was a good one.
Nice, yeah. Let's see, where are we going to go?
Thank you.
Hey, so it's a little hard to get both of us in the camera shot here. Kevin and Tanner checking in. We're going to take a detailed tour through radar. So I guess since it's on that side, you can move myself out of the way if you need to. But we're watching kind of one boundary collision really across, I mean, you can almost say the entire Texas Panhandle. You can see those severe warnings stretching all the way down from Hereford up through Amarillo, into Borger, not technically into Pampa, but Pampa's still on like the southern edge of that kind of, I guess you could call it a line of storms, right, Kevin?
Yeah, this has been a fascinating day. I'm sort of roughly putting in these little snaking, what we call boundaries. It's the lighter blue and green that I'm kind of drawing in there. And you see how they move toward each other, and especially just north of Amarillo. When they come together, that's outflow wind from the thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are rising air, and then they're sinking or falling air, and that's what brings the rain. Well, the air comes down with it. When it hits the ground, it has to fan out somewhere. And so that makes these little miniature cold fronts. And then when those cold fronts come together, now the air has to go back up because it can't go down, it's on the ground. So it goes back up and creates new updrafts and new thunderstorms. So that's all sort of technical, but the basic result is that what we're seeing is, and we'll continue to do for a couple of more hours, is thunderstorms that are sort of pulsing. They'll go up fairly quickly, they'll come down fairly quickly, and the primary threat for them is a brief gusty wind to 40, 50, 60, in some cases 70 to 80 miles per hour, and then some hail that could possibly, in this case, get up to around golf ball size, Tanner.
Yeah, we've seen some golf ball sized hail already, but kind of like Kevin was talking about, can we zoom into Amarillo a little bit?
Sure.
Just like he talked about, they're kind of pulsing, and so you see it strengthen for maybe a 10 to 15 minute period, but really recently, it's weakening a good bit. So now what we're seeing in Amarillo is, maybe some light showers. That's really about it.
And the thing that becomes even more interesting with this is they pulse up, they come back down again. And what you're seeing here is you see toward the end of the loop how the amount of orange and red disappears right there.
Yeah.
And we're left with some yellow and green. Well, that's downward moving air creating the wind and some heavy rain. And then that creates a runoff problem. So we did have some sort of a flood advisory indicated by the Weather Service for in and around Amarillo. What does all that mean? It means basically that the rain comes down so quickly that it overwhelms the ground's ability to absorb it. And so it rolls off or runs off into the low spots. And that was what can create some low-lying street flooding. And those are one of the situations where we say any water running across a roadway, please assume that something has happened to the roadway underneath it. You can't generally see that, and so people will drive in thinking, oh, that's only an inch or two deep, but it may have been washed out underneath.
Yeah, I know. I'm so glad you said that. We cannot stress enough. You know, we use the phrase, if you see a flooded road, turn around, don't drown, because just like you said, it can look deceiving. And I can't tell you how many times that we've seen reports of cars, you know, getting stranded in the middle of flooded water. So if you even have a little bit of a questioning whether you can drive through it or not, just don't take the chance, just don't do it. It's really that simple.
Exactly right. So let's do our radar tour here. And you know what we're going to do? We've got a longer loop playing here, but what I want to do is go back to just a few frames so that you can process this a little bit better. Now this will catch up, hopefully. Did it stay at 30? It did.
Hit pause and then play again.
Oh, and then it'll reset.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, dang.
I didn't hit it properly. Okay, no, it went to 6. There we go.
Radar scope's funky sometimes.
Yeah. This is live TV in real time here, folks.
Yeah.
Okay.
There
we go. Okay, so what we want to watch now is the area of purple that is northeast of Stinnett, and we'll spend a minute on this. Basically what this is what we call higher reflectivity. That means more energy is bouncing back from the raindrops and the hail to the radar, and so it shows brighter. But we want to circle that purple area because that is assuredly golf ball or ping pong ball size hail. It is moving eastward, and so now with this trajectory right here, if this holds together, and these are weakening a little bit as they come, it should go near and north of Canadian, but it's still a good 30 minutes away. But in Canadian, I know you've had some heavier downpours come through, then northward toward Glazer, Lipscomb, Higgins, anybody you know there. If you haven't put the car in the garage yet, go ahead and do that because the hail potential is definitely there. My theory or my thinking is that that particular cell will weaken before it gets to those areas, but it will go north of Miami, eventually approach west of Canadian. So we just wanted you to know the potential right there. The other thunderstorms, they're all, for the most part, coming below severe limits. I know there's a severe thunderstorm warning, and you may see that if you're watching television or you see that yellow box. But again, what we're emphasizing here is the pulse type nature. So any one of these thunderstorms can go up fairly quickly, it can strengthen fairly quickly, it can create some 60 to 70 mile an hour brief wind gusts, and then some large hail. So if you don't have to travel tonight, next couple of hours, no problem. Now the southern portion of the Panhandle, we've got the potential for some flooding from, I'd say, Tulia and Plainview northeastward through Kittiquay and also Turkey, Memphis, Wellington. We expect another round of thunderstorms late night and overnight, which will increase that runoff, which creates the flooding problem.
And you just saw they expired that thunderstorm warning, really long one. So Amarillo, I mean, just like you said, it's weakening pretty quick. So the National Weather Service went ahead and canceled that. I really think the only remaining severe threat for the rest of this evening will be, you know, up toward Canadian, Miami. You know, even Stinnett, Morse, it looks like they're on the backside of that heaviest of the rain and gusty winds. But, you know, for the rest of the area, some weaker thunderstorms, some regular rain. So like you said, flooding's going to be a little bit of a concern, even for the northeast part of the area. You know, all that rain, all that hail, you know, falling for what could be a long period of some time, because we do expect more rounds of showers and weaker storms to continue overnight.
All right, and one last comment. We'll go back to Dave and Sheldon's stream. This is a very low tornado threat. It's not zero, but it is very low, and that tornado threat will decrease over the next couple of hours. We're going to sit here and watch this product, which is called the velocity product, very carefully and look for rotation. If we see any, we'll jump in, especially on television, because that's how we reach the greatest audience, very, very quickly and let you know about that. But the tornado threat here again is fairly low. The higher threat level is going to be that strong gusty wind briefly, and then the small to medium-sized hail. So I think what we'll do, unless you got something else, Tanner, is go back to Dave and Tanner if you want to watch them chase these storms. They're very hard to chase, too. They look on radar and see one going up, and by the time they get there, they've done what we've discussed, is collapse and create some strong gusty winds.
That's the unfortunate nature of these weaker pulsing storms. Dave just said we can probably wind down the stream.
Okay, so they'll probably do that. Oh, okay. Should we just go ahead and do that now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's talk about later tonight. Yeah. Southern portion of the Panhandle. We're talking about Plainview, Tulia, Childress, Kittiquay, Turkey, Esteline, Memphis, Clarendon, southward, the runoff potential for another round of heavy rain overnight is fairly high. So keep that in mind, especially after dark. We discussed a minute ago that water rushing across a roadway. That's harder, even harder to see at night.
Yeah.
As we go into the day tomorrow, scattered showers, some rumbles of thunder. There's some cooler air coming into the panhandle and rain-cooled air. So the severe weather threat is much lower tomorrow, but after 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, again, the southern portion of the region will likely see some stronger thunderstorm activity or the potential, and there could be some severe threat as well. If we need to, of course, we'll spin back up the stream for you at that point in time. Anything else closing up?
I think that's about it. Just keep tuned to News Channel 10. Like you said, we'll cut in during commercial breaks if need be. And we'll have some more reports tomorrow morning. I'll be on tomorrow morning. Sheldon will be on midday as well as Dave, and then Kevin will be on tomorrow evening. But I think other than that, we're good to go.
Join us at 10.
Yep.